Good evening and welcome. Today is December 16th, 2025. It is 5:30 p.m. and we are in the Bosch-Freilich meeting room of Mandan City Hall. Mr. Neubauer, could you please take the roll call?
Commissioners Heinshaw.
Here.
Braun.
Here.
Rohr.
Here.
Schoberg.
Here.
Mayor Freilich.
Here. Now we will have the new firefighter for the city of Mandan, David Glatt, lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, David. Now we will move on to announcements, and we have quarterly employee anniversary recognition. Amy Berger.
Good evening, everyone. Always an exciting meeting when we're able to announce quarterly work anniversaries. We are on our last quarter of 2025, and we're able to recognize employees who have been here tonight for 3 years, 5 years, and we have one here for 25 years. So we have 5 that we're going to recognize. 2 of them were not able to make it tonight, so I'll start with calling their names to congratulate them, and then we'll call the 3 that are here, have them come up so we can congratulate you. Mayor Freilich can give your certificate, and we'll take a picture at the end. So we will start, who could not join us tonight, Justin Keller, 3 years of employment, and he is our building and grounds maintenance worker with City Hall. And then we also have Jacob Valeroy. He is 5 years of employment, and he is a detective with the police department. And then for those that are here, we have Jarek Wigness, our city engineer, with 3 years. Next, we have Sarah Anderson, our records technician with the police department. And Sarah has been with us for 3 years. Congrats. And lastly, 25 years of employment with the city, Jamie Rath, our assistant superintendent with the water treatment plant. Congratulations.
Now we will move on to new employees. Dwayne Freeze, are you here?
Mayor, I can take this one.
All right.
All right. 2.5 months ago, we had McCain Kruger start at the water treatment plant as an operator 1. McCain grew up in Pierre, South Dakota. He enjoys the small rural community life and the outdoors. He has a degree in sociology from the University of North Dakota, but opted to work with his hands instead. He has family in Mandan and began looking for a job here and landed with the city of Mandan at the water treatment plant. McCain is right here. Come on up. And that's all we have, yeah.
Okay, welcome.
Thank you. Yeah, glad to be here.
Thank you. Barb?
Hello there. And so the last time I introduced a new employee, he had come in for his interview the day he retired. We're a little off. I think she retired last spring, and so about 6-7 months. So Denise Sather has come to us in November as a circulation desk assistant. So you will be she will be the face you see as you come in the door.
Okay. Welcome, Denise. Chief?
Linnell. So who I have here is Linnell Boucher. She is our record technician. She will be the first face that you'll see when you come to the front desk, the window at the police department. She was born and raised in Rolette, North Dakota, as the oldest of 5 children. She has 2 grown boys, 3 grandkids, and she enjoys traveling, outdoors, and hunting. So we're very happy. She's got a very sparkly personality and wonderful to work with.
I'm really enjoying it.
Good. Welcome, Linnell. Now we know this guy already.
Good evening, Mayor and Commissioners. I'd like to introduce you formally, David Glott. He did a very nice job with the Pledge of Allegiance, so good job, David. You passed your first test. David grew up in Bismarck. He has a bachelor's degree in business from Dickinson State University. David served with the North Dakota Forest Service for a short time as a wildland firefighter, and he also worked for Bismarck Parks and Recs Department in their maintenance division. David's married, has a beautiful 2-year-old daughter named Vivian. Is that correct? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, and when David's not working at the fire department or leading us in the Pledge of Allegiance, he enjoys hiking, visiting parks, traveling, and snowboarding. And David just recently graduated from our Joint Fire Academy with Bismarck. He started in October and just finished the beginning of this month. So we're excited to have him on shift and excited all around to have him with us. So, it's David.
Good deal.
Very grateful
Welcome.
to be part of this department.
Thank you. Welcome, David. All right, we'll move into project updates. Jarek?
Middle of November, I'm a little light on project updates, but there were 2 that I wanted to talk about tonight. Up on the screen, I have Memorial Highway and then the 2026 reconstruction area, which is up by Red Trail Elementary. Short updates on each of these. Memorial Highway, just wanted to kind of reiterate kind of a campaign that's going on right now. If people have seen it online, the strip is open. Businesses along the strip, through this kind of winterized construction, mid-construction effort, they're all active and they're all still open and they're all easily accessible with the 3-lane configuration that we have going on right now. Did want to point out snow removal plans include the mainline 3-lane roadway and business approaches clear by 8 a.m. So everybody should be able to get to all these businesses on time. And then also visit mandan.com/Memorial Highway. This is another opportunity to take advantage of the Memorial Card match program. Don't really have any construction updates. There isn't much construction active on the project area, but if you have any questions, I can try and answer them now.
Mayor Jarek, the street that is the access street off by Cole's Diner, was that closed down here recently?
Mayor, Commissioner Rohr, I don't know off the top of my head, would that be 43rd? 43rd?
Yeah, that's the one that's on the west side of Cole's Diner.
Okay.
I thought I'd go by, it was shut off and they were doing digging or something there.
There is a little bit of minor work still going on the corridor. And I will double check and make sure that that's open, or if it's not, I'll get back to you and let you know.
Really important. I just noticed and you hadn't mentioned it. I thought.
Okay. No, I'll find out. Okay. The other update that I have is our 2026 street reconstruction project. We had our second public input meeting on December 4th. This would have been after we had letters sent out with estimated costs and estimated assessments on it. So there was higher attendance at this meeting. There's a lot of good conversation that happened. There was additional areas of concern that were identified, and just kind of one-on-one conversations around the process and what the expectations should be and how to get involved with the project. The protest period concludes on December 21st at 4:30 p.m. So just wanted to let everybody know that, and that's all I really have for project updates. Any questions on that one?
Any questions? No.
Okay.
Do you want to move into the holiday light tour map?
I sure can.
Is Riley going to join you?
No, not today. So Carla and the communications department have been active getting a holiday lights tour set up online. Right now, the holiday lights tour can be accessed through the City of Mandan app, social media posts that Ashley has been posting online, and then it's also available on the city website map gallery, or you can scan this QR code if you can on your TV right now. I'll click on this. This should open up. This is what the map is going to look like. As they get submitted, it'll get filtered through our department to approve the submissions, but we also have the ability to vote for your favorite displays this year, which is kind of a new feature. So just an opportunity for everybody to show off what they've got going on for holiday lights, how long they're going to keep them up, and gives people a little bit of direction when they're driving around trying to see good holiday displays. On this map, on the bottom right, you can see there's a submit location option here, and this is how others would be able to submit their location, and you can attach images and stuff like that, and it's pretty intuitive. So just encourage everybody to participate in this in any way you can. This is a little behind the scenes at the dashboard of how things get approved, but any questions on holiday lights tour? Oh, okay. That's what I have.
Okay, thank you, Jarek.
Yep.
And we'll have Matt Shannondor, North Dakota Santa Run.
Good evening, Mayor, Commissioners. Just stopping in, and as people probably felt on last Saturday on the 13th, it was bitterly cold out, so we pivoted, and we had a lot of Santas that still wanted to run, so we will be hosting the North Dakota Santa Run here on this upcoming Saturday, December 20th. So same route as on the 13th. It's going to start in front of Dykstra Park, go out West Main to 10th Avenue, across the 10th Avenue Bridge, down along 10th Avenue, right by Municipal Golf Course there. Make a few turns in the neighborhoods, and then it'll come back on 10th Avenue back to Main, and then end at Dykstra Park. So currently right now we have about 400 registered Santas that will be here running on Main on the 20th. Residents and businesses just be made aware. There will be a post going out tomorrow, just kind of updating the road closure procedures that were going to take place on the 13th. They're now going to take place on the 20th. So that is the update on the North Dakota Santa Run.
Mayor Matt, are the Santa Claus uniforms provided?
They are provided, yes.
Who provides those?
We do, as the race organizers, yeah. So that's part of the registration packet. They get the Santa suit, the official running long sleeve shirt that they get, and then the medal, and then a little Santa tote bag that everyone seems to love. So,
Okay, thanks.
Matt, how are the lights in the park going?
oh, they're on tonight, so I drove by.
How's the attendance?
Attendance is great when weather's up. When temp is definitely like it's been yesterday and today, attendance it's much higher. The moisture in the ground does play havoc with the lights a little bit, but we're navigating that. We have had kind of a down attendance the last few weeks just because of the cold and the bitterly cold weather, but this week we should see good numbers tonight. Tomorrow night and Thursday might be a little iffy with the wind coming in, but we should see a nice weekend, and then obviously Christmas week is always a great night. The lights are open on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, so if you have family in town, definitely bring them down and enjoy the parks.
Okay. Now on to the fireworks, December 31st.
Yes. So once again, thank you. We have been working very hard in the last couple of months with the Pegasus illumination for the New Year, New Light remember our vets fireworks display that will be taking place. It's a world record attempt. The world record is to try to shoot off 2.5 million Roman candle shots as part of this 20-minute show. It's a pretty big feat to take on. The Guinness Book of World Records will be here to measure or whatever they do for the world record. But that will take place on December 31st from the Mandan High School. The new Mandan High School parking lot will be the viewing area. Part of this event is a fundraising event for the Wounded Warriors Project, as well as the Western North Dakota Honor Flight and the Mandan High School Marching Band. They will be our volunteer group at the site, welcoming people to the fireworks show. They are raising money. They're using this as a component to raise money for their London trip for the New Year's Day in 2027 when they go. So 3 great organizations to be part of it. It's about a 20-minute show. And so what we're doing is selling parking spots, so not tickets, but it's parking spots. So as many people as you can get in a vehicle legally, bring them on in, and we'll get you in a parking spot, and everything's set up and you can buy with lots. We have had some questions about the VIP lot being farther back. This is a show that you view from the front. So that is the prime location, kind of like when you go to a movie theater, you want right in the middle of it. Now you don't want to be too close, too far back. But all 5 lots are definitely going to have very good viewing of this particular show. Like I said, it's a 20-minute show. Not only just Roman candles, but a whole collection of different types of fireworks that will tell a story of the struggles that veterans go through, and that's part of the story and the support of this particular show that will take place. It has been listed as an official America 250 event on the national website for 250 events that are taking place, and we're really excited to have it to kick off our events here in Mandan for 2026 for the America 250. So this is on our website at visitmandan.com. You can see the map and how to get there and where to get tickets to reserve your spot. They are going quick, so we do invite people to get those tickets sooner than later, especially if you have multiple vehicles that you're bringing in with family and friends that are going to be here during the holidays. There will be a couple road closures that will take place during this particular event. Old Red Trail from the roundabout to 8th Avenue Northwest, and then 4th Avenue from Old Red Trail to the high school parking lot will be closed off during the duration of the shoot, so which will be approximately about 9:55 to about 10:20. So traffic detours will be put in place to route around Mandan High School during that time. During the show and prior to it, residents that are in that area should be aware of some higher congestion and higher traffic coming and going from the shoot site that evening on New Year's Eve. But that was the area there, and like I said, it's a world record attempt. We're really happy to have the Bismarck Mandan CVB as our presenting sponsor of this to help bring this to Mandan, but Pegasus Illuminations as well. I want to give them a big shout out for that, and the city departments as well, the fire, Mandan PD, and Mandan Public Works all helping, and the Mandan Public School District for giving us their access to their lot and allowing us to utilize that for this event.
So I did have a question. Why wouldn't we start it at 7? So the younger kids, can you explain that?
Yeah, the timing is based on the Holiday Classic basketball tournament that's taking place, which goes up until right around 4 o'clock-ish. And so to give time for attendees of the Holiday Classic tournament to get out of the building, and then for us to bring people in and get people to parked and located is what we need that timing for. So a little bit more of the logistics of getting people in, getting people parked and whatnot, but we'll have restrooms up there and things like that. So it'll definitely be a good evening and a great thing for Mandan.
Okay, and one other question. People will be able to see the fireworks from 360 degrees. But you need to explain why you need to be in front of it a little why you should buy a parking spot.
Yeah, so this is what we call a pyro musical. So the show itself will have a music songs that go along with it, as well as a story that will be told, and it will be sent out through I believe through an FM transmitter to vehicles that are in the parking lot. But it is a show that you view from the front. So it's got not only fireworks and up front smaller types of fireworks, but then it's also got the big ones as well. But viewing it from the front is the purpose of a pyro musical, because it goes along with the music. The types of fireworks that they use are timed with the different components of the music and the story that's being told. So viewing it from the front will have the full effect of the story of the fireworks itself. But obviously, with the bigger fireworks going off, you will see these from quite a ways around the shoot site near Mandan High School.
Okay. Very exciting. Thank you, Matt. Any
you.
questions for Matt?
Matt,
Yeah.
how many above the Roman candles, the current record, are we looking at?
I don't know what the current record is on it. I believe it was 800,000 is the current record. So they're going for 2.5 million is what they're going for the record on that. And Pegasus is not, they're familiar with the record attempts. They achieved a record attempt or a world record last year. With the largest number of 16-inch shells shot off simultaneously. So they do put a pretty big hold on the record.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Matt. Now we will move on to public comment. Were there any submissions?
Mayor Freilich and Commissioners, we did have one voicemail comment on the public transportation application, indicating that they would prefer that there not just be one application period during the year. They would like several application periods during the year. Mr. Vanette made that comment. However, our application process indicates the city prefers to receive application during its annual budget cycle. However, applications are accepted on a rolling basis. So I think we're already covered with that one. So,
Okay. Thank you. And with that, the public comment portion is closed. Commissioners, you have the agenda in front of you. I look for a motion to approve the agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve tonight's agenda as presented.
Second.
We have a motion by Commissioner Heinchan, a second by Commissioner Rohr. Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Commissioners Braun.
Yes.
Rohr.
Yes.
Schoberg.
Yes.
Heinchan.
Yes.
Mayor Freilich.
Yes. Next item is the minutes from the December 2nd, 2025 City Commission meeting. Look for approval on those minutes.
I'll move to approve the minutes of the December 2nd, 2025 Board of City Commission meeting minutes.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Schoberg, second by Commissioner Brown. Any further discussion? Hearing none.
Commissioners Rohr.
Yes.
Schoberg.
Yes.
Heinchan.
Yes.
Braun.
Yes.
Mayor Freilich.
Yes. Now we will move on to public hearing. Item number 1, consider a zone change from RM residential and agriculture to RM residential and a minor plat for Big Sky Estates 8th edition. Jordan?
Good evening, Mayor and Commissioners. We have Rachel on the line to explain this public hearing, and I'll help out with it.
Good evening, Mayor, Commissioners. This is a zone change request from RM and agricultural to RM residential and a minor plat for Big Sky Estates 8th edition. In your packet, you will see some underlines where there were some last minute changes. So I'll explain what happened and then come back and go through the full plat request. So at the Planning and Zoning Commission meeting, one of the neighbors determined that they had some concerns regarding access to their property. The way that the owners and the surveyor decided to solve that was by adding that property into this plat. It's a very minor change. as far as what they actually did. And so the staff determination was that it was okay to move forward to city commission as this minor plat, given that the zone change piece isn't changing, and that's the reason it needed a public hearing. The minor plat would have been able to go on the consent agenda, and and it's still a minor plat. So that's just kind of the background information, and I'll go through the actual discussion now. So this is a preliminary plat and zone change for lots 12 and 13, Block 4, Big Sky Estates 3rd Edition, and Lot 1, Block 1 of the 7 Cs 1st Edition in the Southwest Quarter, Section 16, Township 139 North, Range 81 West, and a zone change from Ag to RM for a portion of lots 12 and 13, Block 4 of the Big Sky Estates 3rd Edition. So the plat incorporates 2 lots into one, and then incorporates a right-of-way that had been vacated and added into lots 12 and 13 via a summary judgment. And so the zone change request is actually just for that older right-of-way area to RM from Ag. So the property is located, I think Jordan just had the map up, at the southeast corner of Viewpoint Lane, and a length of right-of-way referred to as Hillside Road between Jude Lane Northwest and 31st Street Northwest. That Viewpoint Lane is labeled as Kingsley Road on the plat. So the area in the Big Sky Estates 3rd Edition, lots 12 and 13, were previously rezoned from R7 to RM in 2014. And then, like I noted, that portion of right-of-way that's included was granted to the owner of lots 12 and 13 via a judgment on October 1st, 2025. And that should be in your packet if you're interested in it. At the Planning and Zoning Commission meeting, the owners of Lot 1, Block 1 of the 7 Cs edition, which, Jordan's got his mouse on right now. They had attended and said that they were unaware of that judgment occurring, which is part of the court system. So, not something to do with the planning department or the city of Mandan, but they access the kind of north part of their property via that right of way because it is down a substantial hill from the kind of south part of the property, which accesses from the south. And so at the planning meeting, they had met with the surveyor and the owner. And so there's a very small piece of right of way that will now be included into what will become Lot 2 of the Big Sky Estates 8th Edition. And so they'll maintain access on that north side of the property. So the plat now contains 2 lots containing 2.29 acres in Lot 2 and 1.2 acres in Lot 1. There is an existing electric easement belonging to MGS Electric, and that will be vacated via this plat. The entire width of the right-of-way is to be included in the plat, and all of that will go into Lot 1, except for that northwest kind of 60 feet of that right-of-way that's going to Lot 2. The plat also includes 10-foot utility easements along the north and west sides of proposed Lot 1, and it maintains the utility easement that exists on the northeast corner of Lot 2. The zoning in the surrounding area is amenable to this change and similar. There are no collector or arterial streets in this area on future corridor plans. And the findings of fact for the minor plat have all been met. With that, I can take any questions if there are any. I know that switching between planning commission and city commission is not always what we aim to do, but in this case, it seemed to make sense. So planning staff and planning and zoning commission do recommend to approve the minor plat and zone change request as presented, although obviously the planning and zoning commission has not seen the shift in the right of way, but they did seem generally in favor of the concept of figuring something out at the planning commission meeting. And I can take any questions.
Any questions for Rachel?
Rachel, so all the adjacent property owners are good with this?
Mayor, commissioners, we have not seen any neighbor comment other than from the neighbor who had concerns regarding their access, which has now been addressed.
Okay, so the concerns are resolved to your satisfaction then, folks? Okay, thank you.
Okay, any other questions? Okay, with that, thank you, Jordan. Thank you, Rachel. At this time, we will open the public meeting. If you have any comments, please come to the podium and state your name. First call. Second call for comments. Third and final call for comments. Hearing none, the public hearing is closed. Commissioners?
I'll move to approve the minor plat and zone change request as presented.
Second.
We have a motion by Commissioner Schoberg, a second by Commissioner Heinchan. Any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Commissioners Schoberg.
Yes.
Heinchan.
Yes.
Braun.
Yes.
Rohr.
Yes.
Mayor Freilich.
Yes. We will move on to item number 2, consider resolution determining the insufficiency of protest for the Lower Hart Levee Project. Jarek?
Mayor and Commissioners, in 2022, the city initiated resolutions necessary to create a district to pay for our portion or the local portion of the Lower Hart River flood risk reduction project. This project was going to address certain deficiencies along the levee, such as freeboard issues, flow stability, and seepage. Since 2022, the estimated cost of construction for this project has increased greater than Century Code allows for, relative to the engineer's estimate. So that necessitated us to revise some of the resolutions, revise cost estimate, and then re-advertise the resolution of necessity. On November 4th, the City Commission passed those revised resolutions, and we published the resolutions in the Mandan News on November 14th and November 21st. And now we're 30 days past that, and the protest period is closed, and we received no protests on this project, and we're recommending approving the resolution determining insufficiency of protest as presented. I would like to note that my suggested motion in the packet here references Street Improvement District 239, and that should be crossed out, and I would recommend just approving the resolution determining insufficiency of protest as presented. I can try and answer any questions, but that's what I have.
Any questions for Jarek? If not, we will move to the public hearing. And we will open the public hearing for comments. First call. Second call. Third and final call. Public hearing is closed. Commissioners?
I move to approve the resolution determining the insufficiency of protests as presented.
Second.
We have a motion by Commissioner Brown, a second by Commissioner Schoberg. Any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Commissioners Heinchan.
Yes.
Braun.
Yes.
Rohr.
Yes.
Schoberg.
Yes.
Mayor Freilich.
Yes. We will move on to bids. Consider bids for the Rock Prairie Estates Street Improvement District 237. Jarek?
Surprise, it's me.
Riley.
Good evening, Mayor and Commissioners. So tonight before you, we have the bids for Street Improvement District 237. This is in the northwest part of town. It is a new development west of 47th. I have it pulled up on the street here, and you can see the developer has started kind of doing some grading on site, so you can kind of get a look at the preliminary street layout. Engineer's estimate for this project was just over $1 million. Bids came back approximately 60% over our estimate at $1.2 million. I'll stand for questions.
Any questions for Riley?
Riley, this is a new subdivision, so the costs will be assessed to the individual lots by the developer and the city at a later date.
Yes, correct.
Thank you.
The developer is also here if you have questions for him.
Any further questions? Hearing none, what are your wishes?
I'll move to award the bid for SID 237 to Northern Improvement Company.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Heinchan, a second by Commissioner Schoberg. Any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Commissioners Braun,
Yes.
Rohr,
Yes.
Schoberg,
Yes.
Heinchan,
Yes.
Mayor Freilich.
Yes. We will move on to the consent agenda. Are there any items you would like removed, Commissioners? If not, I would look for a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I move to approve consent agenda items 1 through 13 for this evening's meeting.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Rohr, second by Commissioner Schoberg. Any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Commissioners Rohr,
Yes.
Schoberg,
Yes.
Heinchan,
Yes.
Braun,
Yes.
Mayor Freilich.
Yes. There is no old business. We will move on to new business. Consider task orders related to sanitary sewer collection and water distribution support. Jarek.
Mayor and Commissioners, for your consideration tonight, we have 2 task orders with AE2S. The city has historically had 2 support task orders with AE2S for $25,000 apiece for support related to technical support related to instrumentation, modeling, and other kind of technical aspects related to our wastewater collection and our water distribution systems. We have a lot of lift stations around town. They help support our treatment plants. They help support our mapping efforts. They help support our long-range planning efforts related to hydraulic modeling. For tonight, we are proposing to extend these agreements from 2026 through 2028. So that would be $25,000 annually per agreement. So that'd be $50,000 per year, $150,000 total for these services through 2028. It should be noted that these are caps. We use these on an as-needed basis, and we almost always have money left over at the end of the year related to how much we've had to, how many issues we've had that we've needed technical support on. So, but it's our recommendation to approve both task orders number 13 and task order number 14. I can answer any questions if you have any.
Any questions for Jarek?
Mayor, Jarek, and this might be a Greg question as well, but these are all items that we budget for these every year, correct?
Yes, Mayor, Commissioner Heinchan, they are budgeted for every year.
Thank you.
Any other questions for Jarek? If not, what are your wishes, Commissioners?
I'll move to approve entering into task order number 13, the water distribution, and task order number 14, collection system on-call professional services with AE2S as presented.
Second.
We have a motion by Commissioner Schoberg, a second by Commissioner Rohr. Any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Commissioners Schoberg,
Yes.
Heinchan,
Yes.
Braun,
Yes.
Rohr,
Yes.
Mayor Freilich.
Yes. Item number 2 under new business, consider change order for the Collins Avenue Reservoir Project. Jarek?
Mayor and Commissioners, this change order with DN Tanks is kind of a conglomerate of a bunch of minor items. Most of the items are related to site conditions that didn't match our expectations going into the project, or discovery of materials underground that nobody had knowledge of. To address most of those, and then also this change order would include the removal of the tank logo and the anti-graffiti coating from the exterior of the project, as we had for this project included the City of Mandan logo on the side, just plain the way that we have it in all of our city branded stuff. And we're pursuing a different, more aesthetic route for that, so that this change order would also kind of divorce that painting from this project. We're recommending approval of the change order as presented, but I can try and answer any questions that you might have.
So Mayor Jarrett, this change order is going to cost us $36,909. Is that the cost for this change?
Mayor Commissioner, that is correct. The net cost is an increase of $36,000. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Could you, Jarek, explain contingency remaining in relation to the 36.9?
Mayor Commissioner Schoberg, the contingency remaining portion would be, as I understand it, would be how much the project is projected to cost relative to what we used for budgeting purposes, such as utility rate adjustments. That would be my interpretation of the contingency, is that the number that we use for utility rate adjustments is $6.8 million, and we are currently estimated to be about $450,000 under that number. So we would be technically within our budget.
So that so this 36.9 is basically covered by that? Is that do I understand that correctly?
Correct. Yep.
Thank you.
Any further questions for Jarek? If none, what are your wishes?
I move to approve change order DN-02 as presented.
Second.
We have a motion by Commissioner Rohr, a second by Commissioner Heinchan. Any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Commissioners Braun.
Yes.
Rohr.
Yes.
Schoberg.
Yes.
Heinchan.
Yes.
Mayor Freilich.
Yes. Item number 3 under new business, consider public transportation grant programs application from Bisman Transit. Mr. Neubauer?
Mayor Freilich and Commissioners, this is the first application that we have had for the public transportation grant program. Bisman Transit is the applicant, and they are asking for $110,664.21 to be exact. And the funding from the 40% of the half-cent sales tax that was passed last June, there are funds available to cover this request. They're looking to cover a portion of their operating deficit for 2025. I know that Executive Director Deidre Hughes is here to answer any questions that you may have. And several other board members of Bisman Transit are here too, so.
Hello.
Hello. Good evening, mayors and commissioners, or mayor and commissioners. Thank you for the opportunity to speak with you today about our 2025 public transit sales tax request. On behalf of the Bisman Transit Board, I'm requesting $110,664.21 in sales tax funding to help offset our projected 2025 operating deficit. At the start of 2025, we had projected an operating deficit of over $955,000, driven by several challenges: rising costs of fuel, vehicle repairs, contractor expenses, and staff pay to retain our dedicated team all played a factor in this anticipated deficit. At the same time, our revenues haven't kept pace. While industry-wide inflation increases expenses up by 8.87%, our federal 5307 operating grant has only increased by 2.3%. This grant supports urban areas like ours with populations over 50,000, but is based on formulas that don't fully account for our local growth. We typically run out of funding by September or October of each year. Then the remaining expenses are fully absorbed by Bisman Transit's cash reserves with no grant reimbursement. These reserves are necessary to match other federal grants for capital purchases, including buses. As of November 30th, 2025, we have provided 127,197 fixed route trips, up 14.61% over the prior year, and 85,346 paratransit trips, up 3.44%. These numbers clearly demonstrate the increasing reliance on our service in this community. Adding to this, community demands are growing, especially for low-income individuals, seniors, and people with disabilities. Recently, one of our area's major taxi providers shut down, creating an even greater need for public transit. Without additional support, we do run the risk of service cuts that would disproportionately harm vulnerable groups who depend on us to get to work, doctor's appointments, and essential services. I want to highlight that we've been proactive in addressing the deficit. As of November 20th, 2025, our projected deficit is now approximately $760,000, which is about $214,000 less than we had thought it was going to be. The purpose of this funding request is to cover key operating expenses, including our contract with We Drive You, fuel, insurance, utilities, and most importantly, to maintain our current service levels for both fixed route and paratransit services, ensuring we can continue connecting our communities without interruption. We're requesting $110,664.21 from Mandan, which represents 14.56% of the total deficit. I've also presented a request to Bismarck City Commission this evening for $649,392.15, which makes up 85.44% of the projected deficit. That request was approved. Once the 2025 deficit is addressed, we will begin our service change process. The first step in this process is 2 public comment meetings, which are scheduled for January 13th. Members of the public will also be able to provide comments on what service changes they'd like to see through our website, email, in writing, and over the phone. Following the public comment meetings, the public hearing will be held on January 22nd at 10 a.m. at the transit facility. Proposed changes will then be presented to the Bisman Transit Board later that day for the January board meeting. Although this timeline is somewhat flexible, the goal is to implement all service changes by April 1st. The service changes requested by the Transportation Steering Committee, which met in Bismarck, will be discussed, but we will also be exploring other options. Those changes recommended by the committee also include offering 4 additional hours of CAT bus service Monday through Saturday and 3.5 extra hours of demand response service on Sundays. It was suggested that the Sunday demand response service should also be open to the general public to provide additional transportation options for riders on Sundays. In conclusion, Bisman Transit is a lifeline for the Bismarck and Mandan communities. We connect people to opportunities, including jobs, healthcare, shopping, and recreation that they might otherwise miss. This deficit threatens our abilities to provide these essential services, but with your support, we can sustain them and keep our region moving forward. I'd be happy to answer any questions. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Any questions for Deidre?
Mayor, I'd like to comment. I represent the city with the board. In fact, we have a meeting coming up Thursday, 11:30, and I attend most of them via Zoom. But I will point out, that they make extra efforts to look at the services that are provided in both cities and what they can do to expand, but also the constraints that they have to work with, and they're very proactive in trying to maintain that balance between the services needed and that of being able to afford those services. So I think they do an excellent job in that particular area.
Okay. Any other questions?
Deirdre, if this resolution was not approved, how would you address this issue?
I would have to take it back to my board to see what action they would like to take on this. Unfortunately, we're kind of at the end of the calendar year 2025, but as Commissioner Rohr mentioned, we do have a city commission meeting on Thursday, so I would just need to provide an update if the Mandan request was denied, so we could figure out a plan of action.
Thank you.
Any other questions? If not, thank you. Commissioner Rohr, would you like to make that motion?
Okay, I'll move to approve the Bisman Transit request for funding assistance from the 1/2 cent sales tax fund in the amount of $110,664.21 to address the 2025 operating shortfall.
Second.
We have a motion by Commissioner Rohr, a second by Commissioner Heinchan. Any further discussion? Hearing none. Roll call, please.
Commissioners Braun.
Yes.
Rohr.
Yes.
Schoberg.
Yes.
Heinchan.
Yes.
Mayor Freilich.
Yes. And there are no resolution and ordinances. There is no other business. Future meeting dates for the Board of City Commissioners, January 6th, which coincides with my brother Dave's 70th birthday, at 5:30. January 20th, 2026, and that's a typo on the January 6th, that's 2026. January 20th, 2026, and February 3rd, 2026. The January 20th meeting will be at 5 p.m. So, with that, I ask the city staff to stay behind. We're going to gather at the dais and wish everybody a Merry Christmas. But with that, I'd like to thank the city staff and the citizens of Mandan for a wonderful year. I wish them a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Please be kind to yourself, be kind to your neighbor, and it's onward and upward, Mandan.
Mayor, I would just point out too, for this last year, I think you did a great job. I think the commission here has been wonderful to work with. We've had some real big issues monetarily and projects and the new planning process we made. I think the year 2025 for the city commission showed a lot of great strides and a lot of good efforts put forth.
I would agree. You guys have done a tremendous job. So with that, meeting is adjourned. Let's wish everybody Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And if you in the crowd want to join us, come on up. Barb, you're a city employee.
Snap, crackle.
Come on, you guys. Okay. All right. 1, 2, 3. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, Mandan. 1, 2, 3.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, Mandan.
Thank you all.